Have you ever stopped to think about how much time and energy you spend managing your thinning hair? If you're rocking a comb over, chances are it's more than you realize. Today, we'll break down the hidden costs of the comb over and why you may want to stop negotiating with your reflection. Hello and welcome. My name is Steve. This is The Baldest, a show about baldness and living confidently beyond hair loss. Welcome to episode 1, The Hidden Cost of the Comb Over. I want to talk about something that most people don't want to talk about: the comb over. A common strategy people use to manage their thinning hair. And at first glance, you think, well, yeah, that's a legitimate hairstyle, but it's really not. It's more like a daily negotiation. And the cost is higher than you think. Now, let me say this right up front. If you have a comb over, I am not coming for you. This episode is not about making fun of people who have comb overs. We just want to get an understanding of what they are, how they came about, and really the trade-offs you have to accept when you have a comb over, because it's not like a toupee. Your head just isn't magically covered in hair. You're sort of spreading around a finite amount, like trying to get a half a tablespoon of butter on a piece of toast. I just made that up. So much love to the comb over community. I had a comb over. A lot of bald guys did at some point. So we're just trying to educate here, people. So why do I think a comb over is not a hairstyle? Well, it's kind of like a very laborious strategy that you've put in place, right? It's something you have to manage, and it creates a lot of mental tax that we'll get into later. Plus, I've never seen a legendary character with a comb over, but there's a lot of legendary bald characters, I can tell you that. And if you know a legendary character with a comb over, leave a comment down below. I want to check that out. Now, in order to understand the comb over, we need to define it. But I'm no word expert, so I have to defer to my in-house etymologist, Professor Dictionopolis. Professor, yes, the comb-over was extremely popular during the 1970s, but wasn't added to the dictionary until the 80s. Webster's defines the comb-over as an arrangement of the hair on a balding head in which hair from the side of the head is combed over the bald spot. A fun fact, in 1977, Donald Smith and his father, Frank Smith, were awarded a patent for their variation of the comb-over that conceals baldness by combing long hair over in 3 separate directions. Back to you, Steve. Thank you, Professor. That was very helpful. I have more questions about how you patent a haircut and how that patent is enforced to this day, but I don't want to get too into the weeds about patents. Anyway, if you're balding, a comb over is a way to work with the hair you haven't lost yet. Now, how effective that comb over is depends on what hair is left and where. Best case scenario, certain angles people won't be able to tell, maybe from the front, maybe in low lighting, but I'm short, so anybody taller than me can see if I have a comb over. They just are immediately looking down on top of me. But for the comb over to work, you also need to have the right conditions, right? You can't get your hair wet. You can't have your sunroof open. You got to be careful with bicycle helmets, pullover hoodies, and there's a heating vent blowing as you are walking into a building. You better watch out. Ooh, that'll come up later too. Life has so many variables, and with a comb over, you're fighting an uphill battle. And sadly, even with the best, most consistent comb over, you can't fool everybody, and probably not yourself. Well, like I said, I had my own comb over back in the day. I had a hard part. That's where they shave a razor, like a straight line on the side of your head, and then this kind of just like gets combed over what was left and then fade on the side. I thought, Steve, you are looking cool. This haircut was expensive. You are not bald at all. You have this under control. Then one night, I'm leaving Walmart. I walk through the front doors into the parking lot, and a sudden gust of wind hits me like it's been waiting. And my carefully arranged comb over was destroyed. Like the one side was standing up like a sail, and 2 girls were walking in. They saw it, and without missing a beat, they were like, nice hair. and I was upset. My feelings were hurt. I was embarrassed, and I thought, man, my comb over really failed me. But looking back, I know everybody could tell that I was losing my hair and I was just using this comb over to cover it up. It's just most people don't say it to your face. And that's the real hidden cost of the comb over. If there's one thing you can take away is it's not real. The comb over is just you're delaying something. You're pretending that you see something that other people don't see. A comb over will mess you up, man. If you get called out for your comb over like I did, like after that Walmart incident, I was paranoid. I was going to bring a hat everywhere. I got to have a comb with me all the time. You just push really hard to make sure that it stays in place. So if one of these sudden gusts hits me again, oh man, it messed me up. And I spent a lot of time in the mirror trying to manage this comb over when I didn't need to. But I hope that if anybody's listening to this and you have a comb over, like this story is a warning. I do not want anybody else to get their comb over destroyed by a gust of wind in front of girls and get called out for it. That sucks. So if if I can if I can stop this from happening to one person, I will consider this episode a success. All right, now before we talk more about intangible costs, I want to talk about the economics of the hair loss industry on a global scale here. So, the hair loss and hair growth industry makes around $4 billion a year and growing. And we're talking shampoos, solutions, pills, devices, all that stuff. And that's just the products, mind you. So we're not even talking about surgical hair restoration. That is growing even faster. And some projections suggest the hair transplant market alone could be worth tens of billions of dollars within the next decade. Just Google hair restoration Turkey, and you're going to have a lot of options there. I haven't looked into it too much because I'm the baldest. I don't even want to know what's going out there, but I feel like I'm going to have to do a deep dive at some point. What is the hair transplant? I mean, I imagine even thinking about transferring hair onto a bald head. This is the way it should be. Anyway, I'm on a rant now. Now, I'm not trying to demonize these products. Forgive that last rant there, or the people who use them. Like I've used minoxidil in the past, but I don't want that anymore. But these numbers tell us something important. There's a lot of money being made off the idea that you have something to save, that being bald should be avoided at all costs. Companies profit from our desire to manage, conceal, cover up hair loss, and that profit motive feeds the constant stream of products, treatments, and solutions. We're using air quotes if you can't see me. We're surrounded by social media, film, TV. They're full of advertisements designed to make you feel insecure and then sell you their fix, whatever they consider to be a fix. It's enough of the dollars and cents here. Another cost is time. You can't just roll out of bed with a perfect comb over. It takes time. You got to wake up early. You got to gel it. Remember I said, push down real hard. The harder you push with a comb, the better your comb over is going to stay. And every time you look in the mirror, you're checking. In fact, I see it at work. Now there's a guy in the bathroom. I walked in there and he's just brushing it hard and he's got the comb. It's not even combed over. It's combed back and he's just combing and combing. And I wanted to be like, come on, man, like just let it go. But I don't talk to people in the bathroom because that would be weird. And I'm not going to give people baldness advice in the bathroom because that would also be weird. But if you got a comb over, I know you're checking that mirror. Maybe you're not conscious of how much you check the mirror, but you do. And the biggest cost, it's not time, it's mental energy. It's the amount of time you spend checking the mirror, thinking about your comb over, worrying about your hair loss. Is it getting worse? Is it receding right here in the front? If you can't see them, the hairline's receding there, the hairline's receding there. How much is left on the crown? What product should I get? How much do they cost? Do I want to take a pill? Do I want to rub something on my head? Do I need to switch shampoos? It's so taxing. Like being bald is the ultimate freedom. And having a comb over is just like having a lot on your mind all the time. And I feel like there's a pun there, but we're not going to touch it. Millions of men look in the mirror every day. They want to hide their hair loss because they know their hair is thinning. And unless they accept it or invest in some kind of treatment, they're just going to become more insecure. And that insecurity can lead them to the comb over. Like the comb over is like the gateway drug to hair loss management, if you will. And a comb over is not your friend. It's gonna let you down, like it did to me. I mean, what about when you're on a Zoom call at work and everything looks fine? Okay, look at me. If you can't see the camera, I'm just looking dead at the camera. We're on Zoom, and I got my hair combed over, and as long as I stay like this, my hair loss is perfectly hidden. But oh no, I've dropped my pen under my desk, and then you lean forward to pick it up. Boom, everybody on the Zoom call sees the bald spot, and the comb overs failed you again, just like I said it would. You know, a comb over is like making mortgage payments on a burning house. You're not paying for results. You're not building equity. You're just delaying acceptance. And speaking of acceptance, I spent a lot of time on the Bald subreddit. Highly recommended if you've never been on there. Very supportive community. Great memes as well. I mean, I feel like when you become bald, you laugh at all the bald memes. And the same questions come up every day. Is it time? Should I shave my head? Am I cooked? I'm this years old. Is this getting worse? Should I do it now? So, if you're asking those questions on a bald subreddit, the answer is almost always yes. Sometimes it's no. But the jump from, okay, I'm losing my hair and I'm thinking about shaving my head to I'm just bald now, it can be scary because it's a big jump. People identify with their hair, and going from a haired person to a bald person, that's huge. It might as well be plastic surgery because it's very different. We'll talk about that more in episode 2, Between Hair and Bald. For now, here's some simple advice. If you have a comb over or your hair is thinning and you want to do a little experiment, try a shorter haircut than you normally get. You'll notice the shape of your head and get a preview of what you might look like bald. And if that feels like too much, that's fine. This week, take a few moments to notice how much time you spend managing your hair. How much mental energy goes into checking it, adjusting it, and worrying about how it looks. Then ask yourself, what would you do with that energy if it was finally free? That's all the time we have for this episode. If you know someone who's struggling with hair loss, please share this with them. And if this resonated with you, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, let your head shine and your mind will follow. This is the Baldest. Post outro Steve here. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and check out one of my other episodes. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Links are in the show notes. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. You can also listen to The Baldest on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're listening there, you can always watch the full video version on YouTube. See my shiny head. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Good day and good scalp health.